Dare to be you. That was the inspirational theme for the 22nd annual NetIP National Convention held in San Francisco.
I will kick things off with some of these questions to maybe spur the conversation.
From continuing education workshops and panel discussions to professional development, one could take their pick on how to spend their Labor Day weekend.
As a team, do we have all the skills that we need to execute on it and come to fruition?
Some opted for Alcatraz tours. Others, scavenger hunts.
I don't know what we're looking for right now.
But most opted to take in panel discussions featuring dynamic speakers.
Your stance in wanting to have the same interests has everything to do with your mom and dad.
One of the more popular ones was Dare to Break the Mold, featuring comedian Rajiv Satyal, matchmaker Jasbina Ahluwalia, and Diya TV's very own Ravi Kapoor.
You know, I think really it comes down to what you're fired up about and what you would do for free. I mean, to me, I've wanted to be in broadcasting since I was 8 years old. So I was doing that for a long time, and I didn't realize that all the internships, I mean, I had 13 internships that started from the time I was 15 years old.
Really look at your life and where are you in your element? Where are you really in your zone? It doesn't have to be anything career-wise, but if you go through your day-to-day and if you kind of keep sort of a log of it and where's my energy up? What really feeds me? That's going to help you figure it out. And for you, it might be keep your job, and that might become one of your hobbies, or it could be your job. It can be funneled in all different ways.
I found my passion. I mean, I knew, when my brother asked me to enter the contest, I knew I was funny. That wasn't the question, but it was am I going to be good at stand-up?
Other panels that challenged the audience were Dare to be bold in love and Dare to risk it all.
Relationships that I know, including my own, where we don't have similar interests. Hamill goes golfing all the time. Do I want to go golfing? No. But it's good because he introduces me to things that I wouldn't normally do, and vice versa.
No one even cared about what we were doing. I mean, it literally took the four of us always knocking on people's doors, always kind of pushing each other to kind of get us to where we are today.
And after a day of formal discussions, it was time to let loose at the 111-minute Art Gallery, which played host to open mic night.
We seek meaning in our life and significance for our life.
There was no rest for the weary.
Really? You don't think it makes my butt look too big?
As the conference final day started with a keynote brunch featuring speakers Dr. Masum Mamaya from the Smithsonian Indian American Heritage Project.
Indian Americans, many of whom have been here way before our parents' generation, have been daring to be themselves, including in the professional realm since they got here.
And congressional candidate Ro Khanna.
We have so much that we can contribute to shaping the right type of nation that can lead the 21st century.
As brunch concluded and chapter awards were given out,
the first award for today is going to be for Best Community Outreach.
Panels and pillar sessions continued.
Time will not come back. What you guys did yesterday is not going to come back. Cherish every moment.
If you want to raise money, you gotta be humble. You gotta be a nice person. You know, I keep going back to nice, but being nice is so important.
Of course, NetIP isn't just about challenging your intellect. There was a dance session as well, just to get those hips shaking. It's these varied experiences that bring folks to attend the conference each year.
In Iowa, it's hard to go out and socialize with Indian groups. There aren't too many Indians in Iowa, so these are the events where we can make that happen, and that's why I'm out here.
This year, across the 24 chapters, really helped them grow, have these phenomenal events and successes in their very own cities. So 2013, we really focused as a team on trying to build more sustainability, documentation, focusing on strengthening the organization and really bringing more awareness towards the brand.
Capping off 4 days of non-stop musty was the NetIP Gala Dinner. Attendees showed up in their finest Indian garb.
One of our $100,000 donors sent me with this dare for you guys. He is willing to match up to $10,000, which is raised tonight. So I'm hoping that you are able to help us raise the $10,000 so that, in essence, we leave here tonight with $20,000.
And the evening got started with a fundraiser for the Smithsonian Indian American Heritage Project.
I know that the audience here is much younger, a younger professional audience, and to expect someone to come up with $10,000, even with a matching grant, in 20 minutes is, kind of pushing it. So I was very pleasantly surprised when we actually not even matched it, but we overshot the expectation and brought in $13,333.
While folks enjoyed dinner, the clever and witty Shanti Charan emceed the comedy showcase.
I always feel like these days when an Indian guy does hit on me, it's always like an interview, you know? He's like, are you Indian? Are you married? Do you go to school? Do you have a job? Do you have a family history of diabetes?
Taking the stage on this night was Ravi Kalyanaraman, Richard Sarvate, and the main attraction, Rajiv Satyal.
My name is actually short for Ravi Shankar. Nothing to do with a star player. In fact, the only thing we have in common, whenever we perform, it's quiet and no one's disturbing. Just like this.
I'm Indian. Surprise. I'm Indian, but my last name is Sarvate, which sounds Mexican. Sounds Mexican. Here's what happened. My dad came to America back in '67. He didn't know how to speak English, really. He wrote our name down incorrectly, and he turned us into Mexicans.
But there are a lot of stereotypes on Indians. I was talking to a white friend of mine, and he goes, "Oh, Indians, man. Oh, you guys are you guys are just a bunch of doctors and engineers and lawyers and IT workers and customer service people and cab drivers and 7-Eleven owners, hoteliers and restaurateurs." I go, "You mean a society?"
As the night concluded into an all-out Bollywood-style dance-off, this year's conference organizers took a moment to reflect on their work.
I can't believe it's actually complete. You know, after working on this for the last 18 months, and it's over, and this weekend has gone by so fast.
And plans are already underway for the 2014 conference scheduled for Atlanta. Their theme, Resurgence.
Oh, well, we're going to have we'll possibly start with a recruiting expo. We're going to have something we'll call Collaborate for Humanity, where we're going to probably work with the Jimmy Carter Foundation and hopefully leave a legacy where you get involved with some of these humanitarian efforts after you leave the conference.
Right, that's hot lineup for you coming up in 2014. NetIP, stay with us.
Coming up next, leading entrepreneurs give an inspiring talk about their journeys to the NetIP conference. That's when Diya TV Spotlight returns.